Hello everyone. Crystal here. Happy Wednesday. It's tea time. Hope you got your tea. You got a good topic tonight. I was looking for some good things to post for all of you this morning and came across that post that I posted with the 5 things you need to stop doing right now. And I agree with it 1000%. But I also feel like it's so important to understand why we need to stop doing these things versus just saying we have to do it. I think one of the biggest reasons why we have to stop doing these 5 things we're going to chat about is because we need to all step into our greatness, whether it is a business you want to start or a career change move you want to make or getting out of a relationship or improving the relationship you're in, or improving your financial situation, or just having a better vision and self-image for yourself. Whatever greatness is to you that you feel like right now you're kind of stuck, I can guarantee you that it's happening because you're doing these things every single day and they're keeping you from any movement in your life and any movement forward to the things that you really want to do. Who's here? Say hi, give me thumbs up, let me know you could hear me, let me know we're good to go for this chat. I want you guys to share with me if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, if you're going through it, because I feel like a lot of people are going through it where, we're feeling pulled, especially if you're a healer, or you're an empath, or you're someone that is getting really close to growth in your spirituality. Hi, Laura. Hello. If you just feel like you're being pulled to something, but you're also feeling like you're kind of being pulled back by so many things and being limited by so many beliefs that you have and so many fears and things of the past and all the things we're going to talk about, where that you could be doing something greater, or you could be getting out of a relationship, or you could be just really expanding, right? Whatever it means to you to become a better version of yourself, to show up in the world better than you did yesterday and last week and last month and last year, and just looking at your growth. And if you're feeling like you're stuck and you're feeling like you're just kind of not going anywhere, but that greatness is out there, it's like, where's the gap between it? What's going on in that gap? And I think the 5 things that we're going to chat about, I think that's what's really happening for everyone. I'm seeing that's what's happening for everyone. I'm seeing that's where I was when I got to a point where I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired and wanting a change in my career and wanting out of a relationship and wanting to feel healthier again. And just, sometimes rock bottom is good. Like, everyone thinks it's bad, but like sometimes rock bottom is good because there's only up from there. So wherever you are, if you have this vision of yourself as someone that's doing more and better that you want to see there, that pull is there, and it's going to only get better, and it's only going to be magnetized to you if you stop doing these things. And again, I was going to do a different topic, and then I saw this morning and I was like, oh, this is it. And I think these are all topics in their own right, and I think that they will. Every day I get ideas about what I'm going to come on about. I write it in my little book here. I carry it around with me, any aha moments, and I always welcome you guys to share with me. I had a few people message me on some topics they want me to do, so I'm excited to continue this every Wednesday. Laura, do you have your tea? Do you have tea at all? Anybody got their tea going? So that's it. So this list, if you weren't on my page, this gets shared and things like that. But if you weren't on my page, I listed 5 things to quit. Well, really, I stole it. I didn't list them myself and make it. I just found it and posted it. But 5 things to quit right now. And the first one was trying to please everyone. And this is so hard, especially if you are a helper, if you are a empath, if you are someone that can't. I have some Southern comfort. I'm coming over to your house. I've got just sage here. I'm coming to your house, Laura. You guys can have whatever. You guys can drink wine. I just like tea, so I invite you guys to have tea. So this is, stopping to please everyone. If you're a helper, if you're an empath, if you're someone that has really gone your whole life where you're just like, yes, I'll do that for you, even though I don't want to. Yes, I'll take that on, even though I already have too much on me. Sure, I'll do anything you need. I don't have anything else to do. And inside you're like, I just can't do this anymore, but you keep on doing it. Or you're saying yes to everybody that asks you to things and saying yes, yes, yes to every invite you get and everything that you do. And you're draining yourself. You're draining yourself completely. And that's from all these beliefs in your mind that if you don't help people and you're not there for people, you're not going to be loved and you're not going to be accepted, and people are not going to want to be your friend anymore, and people aren't going to want to talk to you anymore if you don't, cater to everything that they want and they do. And that's stuff that you got to work on inside, right? Because if you're fearful that someone's not going to love you anymore, if you're not always there for them, that's a fear of rejection. That's deep limiting beliefs that you have to go deep into and realize why. Why is it that I can't say no to people? Why is it that whenever anybody needs me, like I'm always there and I always put them first? And we know this. You can't pour from an empty cup, right? So if you're giving all the time, and not to say you're not getting it back, but if you're more of the giver and you're the one that's doing everything and saying yes to everyone, you are just going to run on empty every single day. Tiffany, hello. Fania, current situation, being overwhelmed because I can't give it my best. Yes. And that's the thing, so you're overwhelmed. You're taking on everybody else's stuff. You're saying yes to everything and you're scared. You're scared to say no. You might offend somebody. And this is holding you back from your greatness. Not only is it distracting you and us when we get into that mode, because I've been that person that's like, bring it on. I can handle everybody's shit. And then I'm like, oh, I can't handle everybody's shit. I need a break. And then I completely, it's happened. I've just completely went off the map where I just don't do anything, right? But it's coming to a point where you say, okay, I can help people and I can be there for people and I can be that person, but I also have boundaries, right? I also can say no and have it be okay. And I won't feel like someone's going to leave me or not love me or not want to be my friend anymore or anything like that. And that's stuff that you've got to really understand that no one's going to take it personally. Like at this point in my life, and you can ask my friends and my family. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. You can ask anybody in my life. If I don't want to do something, I'm straight up. I'm like, I love you, but I'm not really into it. Or I'd really not want to do that. Or you know what? I'm taking a week where I'm not doing anything. Or, I'd love to go, but I really wouldn't love to go. Like, I will tell you if there's too much, right? My family or anything, if they're on me too much, if they're asking too much of me, I will say, I cannot take on too much right now. I'm dealing with XYZ. And it's boundaries. It's being able to do that. And guess what? Nobody leaves. Nobody's like, I don't want to be your friend anymore. No one's like, you're a horrible daughter, niece, cousin, whatever, right? Everybody gets it. It's just this vision that we have of ourselves that we have to give, or else what happens, right? You don't have to say yes to everything. We don't have to say yes to everything. And thank you. You don't have to go through life where you're scared all the time. If you have 12 invites and you don't want to go to 12 invites and 12 things you've been invited, then just say no thank you. That's it. No thank you. And that's okay. Okay, that's totally okay. Second thing was on there was fearing change. And fear I can't wait to do a video on fear, because I don't want to say I'm obsessed with fear, but I'm obsessed with fear. Like, I am seeing it for what it is. I am like, it happens, it comes up, it's in my mind, and I'm like, your fear, get the freak out of here. I don't need it, right? I deal with it. I assess it. Why am I fearful? What is the things that I'm fearful of? What's going to happen? And I say, you know what? It's not real. It's not real. Your brain is trained and designed to keep you safe. It is trained to keep you alive, and that is it. So if it sees anything that might throw off your life or affect your finances or affect your emotions or affect, some people are so closed off, they don't want to start in a relationship because they've been hurt in the past. Some people, as much as they hate their job. Am I breaking up? Because I'm breaking up on my end. Just give me thumbs up if you guys are still like, we're good here. Because for some reason, I am breaking up. And I hope that's not happening on your end. So anyway, I'm going to keep going and hope that we're good. That's live for you. It's really slow. So anyway, so you're in this relationship. I'm up, right? Yeah, Laura says I'm breaking up. Is it better now? That sucks. You know what? Maybe it's because I'm getting messages. No, I'm not. Okay. All right. I just got to cross my fingers that you guys are good. Okay. Tiffany's gonna give me a thumbs up. Fania's give me a thumbs up. All right. So we have this fear. And now I'm totally off track, right? Maybe you don't want to leave your relationship. You don't want to leave your job. You don't want to jump into a new business. You don't want to jump in. Maybe it's a totally different career, and you're sitting there and you're hating your job. You're hating your relationship. You're hating where you are. But the thought of something unknown and something different of what you have right now is scarier than staying where you are, even though where you are is bad, because you say, well, at least I know what's going on where it's bad. At least I know what to expect here. And so your brain just soothes you with that. Well, at least, you may not, you're comfortably uncomfortable, right? So when you think about a change or something that you make, all of the, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? What if that happens? And then you're screwed, because fear has taken you over. It has stopped you from growing your greatness, the things that you can bring to the world, to yourself, to the improvements that you could have. You're so scared to jump into something new, because it's not even your fault, right? That's your brain doing its job. But if you can see that fear, if that fear comes up and you're like, oh my God, I can't do that. There's no way that I could do that. There's no way I could go from here to there, from A to B, and not know what's on the other side. If you're doing that your whole life, you stay stuck your whole life, right? These are the people that are 60 or 70, and they look back at their life and they've done, I've read articles and they ask them, and they're like, they regret the things they didn't do, not the things they did. They regret the things that they didn't do. So it's like, whatever decision or chance you want to take, like, you got to break it down. What is the worst case scenario and what is the best case scenario? And you milk that best case scenario in your head till you are so comfortable with it that when you make the move, you feel like you've always been there. You know what? Years ago, I was at a job. I was there for 7 years, comfortable as hell. No reason to leave. Getting paid well, loved my hours, had amazing coworkers that I still love till this day. Great patients, amazing patients, worked in the city. I mean, just great. Nothing bad. Like there was nothing bad that I could say, but I felt stuck, and I felt like I wasn't growing, and I felt like there were other opportunities and other things that would change in my life if I left. And now this is loving my job. This is not even hating my job. But the thought of like, I'm going to leave this place. I've been here 7 years. I know what to expect. My boss loves me, my coworkers, my patients, everybody's good. My pay is good. My this is that. And all of these things were like, what are you, crazy? You're going to leave this? Why would you leave this situation? But then I still, and which maybe some of you are feeling right now, even though I still felt like there's more out there. There's more that I need to see. There's more that I need to do. And so I just jumped. I jumped full blown into a new job that was completely different than what I was doing. And I was freaking miserable. I got to my new job and I was like, oh my God, like this is horrendous. I hate it. All right, I'll just be honest with you. It was a nursing home, and I'm an empath. Like, I can't be in a nursing home. Like, I was coming home every day, ridiculously exhausted, first of all, and just sad and depressed. And like, this is life. This is what it is. But I'll tell you what that did. It made me get so much healthier. I saw these people, and I was like, there is no freaking way I am going to spend, some of these people are 60 in their 70s, the next 20, 30 years of my life, once I'm in my 60s, in a nursing home, like half dead and not even wanting to move. So I got my ass in check. I got super healthy. I started really taking care of myself. I started noticing like people were leaving earlier and getting paid more. And I was like, shoot, I want a job like that. And I started thinking about that. And I ended up, all of that, I ended up in another situation that was even better than the first job that I left. Got way more out of it. Till this day, feel so many things have come out of that. By where I live now has come out of that. So many things unfolded that wouldn't have unfolded if I stayed comfortable, if I stayed where I was, if I stayed where there was fear, because I'd probably still be there and not have any of the new things that I have now, because it pushed me. It opened my eyes to new things. Sometimes we need to see new environments. We need to see new people. We need to see new things. And so when that fear comes up, you got to be like, this is good. This is good. I'm fearing this. This means it's good. It means that there's change coming, and change is good. Change doesn't have to be bad. Sylvia, hello. Okay, next one's living in the past and putting yourself down. I feel like these are the same. Like, they're different, but they're the same, because you're living in the past and you're thinking about all the things, usually, right? When you're wanting to step into your greatness, all the things you should have did, all the things you did wrong, all of the things you would have changed if you could change it, beating yourself up. God, the shame has to stop. Like, the shame of beating ourselves up and being like, I shouldn't have did this, and I shouldn't have did that, and I should have did this better, and if I would have did that, then I would have been different here. And if this, it's done, right? It's done, it's finished, it's over. Sitting there and badgering yourself over who you've become today because of who you were back then is just going to keep you in that repetitious cycle. You are just going to continue to go through your life with the same story of how you messed up and how you should have did things differently and how, you did this mistake and you did that mistake. Listen, we all do it. We've all done it. We've all been in a place where we're like, man, I should have did this differently. Okay. And then we got to move on from it. We can't sit there and badger ourselves, right? We all have things we've done that we wish we never have. We all have skeletons, guys. Everybody's got skeletons in their closet. But whatever, we can't let the things that we've done prior and and who we were before determine who we're going to be. We can change that at any given point. And it first starts with that. It starts with the self-talk and forgiving yourself from anything that you feel guilt about, anything that you did to other people, anything that you did to yourself, because the shame and the guilt and the constant anger with yourself is just such a different vibration from that of your greatness. It's so different from who you're meant to become. And if you're stuck in there, it's like cement. It is just going to keep you in that same position. So whatever it is that you feel, right, and you've got to sometimes dig deep for it, that you're not worthy enough, that you're not good enough, that this one said this to you and that to you, and that you've taken that. There's women that I speak to and work with that, like, their husbands 15 years ago, who now their ex-husbands told them they would never be anything, and they still believe that because it was like ingrained in their heads, right? Because it's a belief of someone else that they took. So if any of your feelings of being inadequate or unworthy are due to anyone else, that's their freaking garbage. That's their vision of you. That has nothing to do with you, right? I always tell everybody, like, your opinion of me doesn't matter to me at all, right? Whether you love me or you hate me. I mean, of course, I like when everybody loves me. Everybody loves when everybody loves them. But like, at the end of the day, what matters is myself. When I lie my head on my pillow, when you lie on your head on the pillow, what do you think of you, of yourself, right? You can have someone that gets love and gets all of this appreciation. Look at these stars. Look at these people that have everything and people love them, and they're so unhappy and they're so depressed because they're struggling with things inside. So if you're going through every single day and you start shifting those thoughts and you start saying, you know what, I am worthy and I am somebody and I do deserve this and I can have that, and it doesn't matter what happened to me before, and it doesn't matter what's there. I'm looking to the future. That's it. The future that you want, the future, the greatness that you're being pulled to. When you talk to yourself kindly, when you stop beating yourself up for past mistakes and things that you did before, you're going to shift. You're going to come into your greatness, because you're going to finally see what God sees in you. You're going to finally see what Source sees in you, right? If you've lost that love for yourself, you've lost that connection to God. So you've really, and whatever you want to call it, right? God, Source, energy, whatever you believe in, I don't care what name you want to call it. If you're beating yourself up so much, you have to know that you have part of that in you. And so when you do that, you hurt God, you hurt Source, you hurt energy, and it keeps you in a very tight place where you can't move. You're just, like I said, you're stuck in cement and you can't get out of your own way. And if you want to get out of your own way and you really want to step into who it is that you want to become, you got to let go of the chains of the past, things people have said, the things that people will say. Listen, everybody's going to have an opinion. Everybody's going to say what they think. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks, but you. You yourself. You go to sleep with yourself. You wake up with yourself. Your conversation is between you and God. That's it. If anybody else has anything to say that makes you feel this big, you tell them no. Crystal said, fuck off. Said it. Fuck off. That's it. Because you have the power. You have everything that you need inside of you to be better, to do better. You just got to get out of your own way. Okay? Please get out of your own way, because there's so many of you out there that are wanting to do things and holding yourself back for reasons that aren't even real. For reasons that you've created in your head and visions you've created in your mind. And just as you've created that negativity, you can also create positivity. You just got to shift it. Last one, overthinking. Overthinking. Guys, who overthinks here? Give me thumbs up. Tell me it's you. Constantly brain going, head going, a million thoughts a mile a minute. What you did, what you didn't do, what you have to do, what you should do, what you could have did, what you should do, what happens if, what happens that. You know what? If I do this, then this might happen, then that might happen. Meditate, people. Meditate. Meditate with me. I've been thinking about maybe Monday mornings, because I know Mondays are hard for everyone, but Mondays, getting up, getting you guys up, because I'm up at I'm back to my 5:45 wake ups, but maybe around 6:30 or so, probably right after 6:30, getting on a live meditation. If you guys want that, let me know, because I'm not going to come on live at 6:30 in the morning. I mean, most of you will see the replay, but I've been thinking about it and just helping you guys to get into a space where you're prepared for the week, you're prepared for the day, you're thinking well, you're feeling good. Because meditation is the only way to stop the overthinking. It is the only way to stop the worry. It is the only way to get clarity in your mind. And, everybody has their own way of meditating and their own things. Laura, yes, I know you'll be there. When I had my Miracle Morning group, you were in there. You were showing up. I remember. I love you, girlies. Everybody has their own way. It doesn't always have, I said this last week, it doesn't have to be and doing it's just literally just being quiet, just stopping the noise and seeing the thoughts and just seeing them and letting them go, and seeing them and letting them go, and breathing and taking it in. And I've never done a guided meditation, so I don't know. It might be a really bad Monday. You guys might end up be like, freak this, I feel worse. I doubt it, but I've never guided it, right? Because I just kind of do my own thing and have my own style. And I really encourage that everyone finds their own style. But the overthinking and writing, journaling is huge. I have my journal here every single morning. I've been writing and just good stuff, good things, what I'm looking forward to, what's getting better, what's working out, how good I feel, what I wish for, what I want, what's unfolding that I saw unfolding, just good things, just getting it on paper. And even if it's not good, even if it's just things and emotions that you're feeling, sometimes you just want to purge, sometimes you just want to get it out. And when you get it out on paper, especially if you're a writer, it's such a release. It is really a therapeutic thing. I grew up, pretty tough things, and I wrote journals. I'm up to 42 or 40. So I can't even keep track anymore and I really don't know where I would have been if I didn't have a place to put all of the things that I was feeling, and the anxiety and the fears and the worries and just the anger and just everything that I felt as a very young kid into my teenage years. I had that place to spit it out. So if you feel just things are just so much and it's just not stopping, I really, really, 1, meditate, and 2, get out your book and just start writing and just vomit everything that you're thinking, and look back on it and see, and read it and just, wow, this is where my mind is at. Some of my journal entries, I look back, and I'm I'm jumping all over the place, because that's where my head was. That's where, before I got aligned and before I started meditating, before I really started to work on myself, it was just this crazy jumping around. So which one of these do you guys struggle with the most? Trying to please everyone, fear of change, living in the past, putting yourself down, or overthinking? Which one do you guys feel is really tough for you? Because everyone's going to have kind of one main one. I think if you're a woman, chances are trying to please everyone is probably the first one that comes to your mind. But I'm interested. For those of you that are here, there's a few of you guys that are in here. Tell me. I know that there's a little delay, so I'm going to wait. But you've got to share. We all came here to share, right? Maybe Laura will share with her Southern Comfort. Maybe it'll open up a little bit. All of the above at times. Yeah, I feel like everybody. Fear of change, overthinking. Mark. Not good enough. Patty, not good enough. It is truly everyone's problem. I think it's the reason, I know it's the reason why people just don't do what they've got to do, or don't leave a relationship that's not helping them anymore. Don't leave a job. Don't leave, don't move on to a new career. Don't get healthy. It's because we don't, deep down, we know that we're worth it, but life just like really shit on us, People told us things and we compare. Comparison is like, stop. It's just horrible. Stop pleasing everyone. The fear of change. Yeah. Fear of change is huge. But anyway, the not good enough, Patty, I think that, what is her name? Marissa Peer. I'll put it in I've shared it with a lot of my clients, and she talks about it, and it's deep. It's really something that we have to go really deep into and break upon the layers of where we started to believe that we weren't good enough, because, and Patty, I think you know this because I know you're one of my, I know you're on the level, and it's like you go back to when you were a kid and like everyone loved you and you were beautiful and you were perfect and you thought that like you were the best thing coming, right? You came into a room, everyone was like, oh my God, she's here, he's here, whatever it is. And then you got older and people started judging you and they started putting labels on you and they started, grading you and, oh, this is not good enough and that's not good enough. And so we came out with such this light and so much love and so much just everything, just this greatness, this goodness that a baby is. And then people shot us down, teachers, friends, family, parents, sisters, brothers, bullies, all of these people came and they were like, you're not good enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not smart enough. You're not this enough. You're not enough. You're not enough. You're not enough. You're not enough. And you started to believe it. We started to believe it because we all have that point where we're there. And when you break out of that and when you start looking in the mirror every day and you're like, I am enough and I am good enough and I can do this. Hello, Biondina. Hello. She's awesome. Marissa. Yeah, she's really, really, really good. I like her stuff. And so, we go out into the world and you put your head up and you say, you know what, look at all the accomplishments I've made. Look at all the things that I've done thus far. Sometimes with the client, like they're so hard on this album, like, let's go. Let's do a list right now. All your accomplishments, everything you've done up until this point that you're proud of. I'm not proud of anything. Listen, there's got to be something, right? And then we get on a roll because there are things that we've accomplished that we were told that we would never be able to do or that we were told, is difficult. And we got through it, especially women, we get through everything. We are everything. We hold up the fort. We do everything. And it's like, when you really think about everything you've handled in your life, it's like, wow, I'm pretty badass, so you got to get badass about yourself and be like, listen, look at all the things that I thought at one point I couldn't do that I'm doing. There's got to be things like that. So what are we at? We're almost at a half hour. So that's it. Do you guys want to talk about anything else? Thanks for hanging out with me, everyone. Is this a good time for you guys? 9:15. I want to come on every Wednesday if you guys are cool with that. Yeah. This is the 4th week. We had some good topics. I had a few people message me with a few things they want to see. The power of praise. The power of praise is huge. Empowerment, self-empowerment. No one else is going to do it. No one else is going to do it. It might be nice to hear from your parents or your loved ones or your husband and this, and it's all good. It's all great. But the most important, what you're telling yourself, what you are telling yourself every single day. I could not be on here live and put myself out there the way that I do if every night I was like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't know. I'm not here to claim that I know everything. I just know that I have information that could possibly help you guys. And if it's going to help you, then it helps you and it makes you better. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I refuse to sit there and beat myself up and tell myself that I'm not enough and I'm not good enough, because I got God in me. Come on. You got God in you too. Everybody's got God in you. So I hope that everyone has a good night. Good night, Biantina. And I will see you guys soon. And like I said, always feel free. Share with me. You know, if you're not good on here and you don't want anybody to see, I have a lot of people that don't feel good doing it on here, and then message me. What do you want to hear about? What do you want to talk about? What are you struggling with? What do you need? I want to know what you need. All right? So you let me know, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great rest of the week. You're over the hump, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.